I am Elisa McKay. I'm a self-taught artist, and I'm here to show my work. Feeling good today. Well, I really wasn't taught to do what I do. Um, I just started as a child drawing. I had that ability, and then just through the years, I started doing things like my artwork is collage, and I like the idea of cutting and gluing. It's sort of meditative, you know. I think back in 1978, I moved to the Virgin Islands. My daughter and I moved, and um, I taught English at Central High School. And in the evenings, when I would do term papers, like grade papers, um, just the rigors of doing that, it was just kind of tense. And so I started doing the collage. I started cutting out fabric. Um, I pressed flowers from my mom's garden. And then I started making cards. And that gave me kind of a Zen feeling, a meditative feeling. And so it was really a hobby. And but later on, I started making cards regularly and giving them to friends, sending them, for different occasions. And then I started packaging them and sending them to friends as gifts. And a friend in New York encouraged me to sell them to her so she could give them as gifts. And then she said, "You mean you don't sell them on St. Croix?" And so that's when, the light bulb came on, and it's Compass Rose was a huge store on Company Street in Christiansted. And I would frequent there. So I asked, her name was Mickey, who ran the store. I asked her, would she be interested in selling my cards? And she said yes. And we arranged, she would get a commission and she'd sell my cards. And that's when I started getting a little serious about it. And then other stores were interested. And so it became a little cottage business, Yeah. So that was the seriousness of the cards. I was safe in that 4x6 framework. Yeah. When I started doing the cards, it was 1980. And then in 1990, I encouraged my dad to take a senior art class. He was mourning the loss of my mom. And he did. And he became a prolific artist. So I started promoting him. He did one-man shows. He was 90 years old. And then I started getting jealous. I was like, oh, I'm doing these little bitty cards. And Daddy is like really, moving along with his artwork. And so that's when I moved to larger pieces. That was like 1993. And I think my first large piece was at, I think it was an SCA, the Environmental Association, had some kind of function. And I did that first piece. And from then on, I just started doing large pieces. It depends. It depends on, I don't know. God just sends me some inspiration. It depends on, sometimes even a lot of my pieces have a theme behind them. Like what I work toward is family, celebration, community. And so if something is happening in the community, or if I hear a song, that might stimulate my senses as far as creating something. And I took dance for several years. And so that movement is still in me internally, it's innate. And so I project that into my pieces, that movement. The name of that piece is We Wear the Mask. And the story behind it is, the actual mask, the actual African mask that's on the right-hand side of the piece is a mask that I bought, back in the late 70s when, maybe earlier than that, but I was visiting. I hadn't moved here yet, and American Airlines was doing a promotional for trips to Africa, and they were selling artifacts. And I bought that mask, and I hung it in my home in New York, and then I began to like research it, and it is a mask that's used in Africa, one of many, for celebrations, for different activities, for different rituals, and it comes from Benin. And so that mask is the mask of royalty, and it's our heritage, my heritage, the of the African diaspora. And then the Mokojumbi is the mask also. They are masked because they're not supposed to be seen. They're protecting the villages, protecting the people, and so that's the mask, another mask that we wear. Now the two individuals inside of the two I just described are wearing the mask of, they're working under colonialism, and they're wearing the mask of, we're going along with this because we have no other choice at this time. And so they're wearing the mask of acceptance, but it's not really what they want to do. They want to be free. The other piece, the background, is a piece that my dad did. And that's also a favorite because, as I said before, that he became a visual artist at age 90. And so he painted that. I made a copy of it, and then I embellished it with my collage pieces with those dancers. And it's called Shadow Dancing at the steeple. And the steeple building is what my dad painted, the background. So, I mean, to say one is my favorite because of one reason, and another is my favorite because of another. I was just moved to, I had no real concrete, okay, this is the piece that must be in the show. I just felt, definitely the middle piece, I felt I had done in 1995. So it went back many, many years. And I didn't put that one up for sale. And so it's been in my collection for many years, 1995. So that was one of the reasons. And then I did want to show my dad's work and how I incorporated my work with his. And then again, seeing that mask every morning and feeling that feeling of royalty and connection to my heritage. Wow, awesome. I mean, when I got the email inviting me, I was like, wait a minute, is this to me? Is this real? Because I think I'm okay. I think I'm a good artist. I feel like I accept my own work, and I love when people like my work. But it's humbling, to be around these fabulous master artists and, to be a part of it. Yeah. Well, I learned that there's always going to be a mistake. You can't be perfect. I've learned that you can always do better. I've learned that it's all through the glory of God, that it's not just me, that's doing this work. It's God that's working through me. I'm representing, I'm an individualized expression of the one. Yeah. Wow. And as a teenager, I thought I was grown up. I thought I'm the youngest of 8. And even though I'm the youngest, I was always kind of a leader. And so I think I would maybe slow down a little bit. I don't think I was in a hurry, but yet I kind of felt like I was grown. I really felt like I was grown. And a lot of my friendships were with older people. And and I think probably because I'm the youngest and my oldest brother is 17 years older than I. So I was always around older people. And my parents were not their youngest when I was born, you know. So yeah, I think I would think about not being, readily um, wanting to be an adult. There's a time for everything, and your time will come to shine.